Hi guys. I took a break a little bit. The last few days I've had kind of a cold. I haven't been feeling all that great. So I've been kind of, but um, I'm gonna make another video. I made another video on, I think it was chapter 4 or chapter 3. It was chapter 3 of seeing beautiful again. And if you don't have this book yet, please get it. It's so good. And I'm going to do chapter 5 today, and it's called When Joy Feels So Very Unrealistic. It's a good chapter. So, okay. When joy feels so very unrealistic. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of the faith produces perseverance. James 1:2-3. There's no part of me that wants sorrow to be a part of my story. There isn't any plan God could present where I would willingly agree to heartbreak and pain. But the longer I walk with God, the more I see what a tragedy that would be. Picking and choosing what gets to be a part of my story would keep me from the ultimate good God has in mind. If that seems hard to fathom in the midst of the own difficult circumstance today, I want to share some verses found in James that have helped me in my hardest seasons. I have to warn you, it might not feel good at first glance, but as we dig in together, I think you'll see the better to wrestle with the truth than to stay stuck in the turmoil. James 1:2-4 reminds us, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. I confess I like these verses until I don't. These words are easy to pull out when your worst issue is that drive-through coffee joint got your order wrong. They frapped your latte in the waylaid start of the workday. But what about those things we walk through? The ones that hurt too long, or disappoint too deeply, or feel devastatingly permanent. To slap some, we should just be joyful about this, versus on top of hard things that feel cruel, like a bad joke about something excruciatingly painful. It's just too soon for that kind of nonsense. That's why I'm glad these verses don't say, quote unquote, feel joy, but instead consider where some glimpses of joy might be even in the midst of all the hurt, quote. Our understanding of joy rises and falls on whether we truly trust God in the middle of what our human minds can't see as good at all. It's hard. So I like to think of it as terms of baking. Imagine if we decided to make a cake from scratch today. After going to the store, we set out all the ingredients, the flour, the butter, the sugar, the vanilla, the eggs, the baking powder, and a pinch of salt. But then maybe we felt too tired to mix all together and make the cake. Instead, we thought we could just enjoy the cake one ingredient at a time. The thing is that sometimes we don't like some of the individual ingredients, so we'd rather just leave them out. The flour is too dry, leave it out. The sugar, butter, and the vanilla are all too good, leave them in. The eggs are just gross when raw, definitely leave those out. And then our cake would never be made, mature and complete and not lacking anything, quote. We are so quick to judge the quality of our lives and the reliability of God based on our individual events, rather than on the eventual good God is working together. We must know that just like the master baker has reasons to allow the flour and eggs in the right measure in the recipe, Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, Hebrews 12:2 says, will do the same with the dry times and the hard times. And yes, we may have to go through some chaos in the mixing of some of the heat in the baking, but soon we will rise and live lives that are sweet of offering of hope, grace, peace, and comfort to others. That's how we can consider it pure joy today. We can also make peace with the fact that sorrow and celebration can coexist together in a heart quite authentically, mixing them together in a part of the recipe of life. We can sit with and tend to all the still needs to be healed, and at the same time laugh, plan for great things ahead, and declare this a glorious day. To have both sorrow and celebration in our heart isn't denial. It's deeming life a gift, even if it looks like nothing like we thought it would be right now. Our sorrows make our hearts more tender and allow us to grieve. Our celebrations tend to our hearts' need to recognize what is beautiful about our life. Get back up and go on. Oh, I'm sorry. Our celebrations tend to our heart's needs to recognize what is beautiful about our life, to get back up and go on. Let's embrace the mix of all that's worthy of the celebration while fully allowing sorrow to add what it brings as well, knowing we can trust Jesus' recipe of purpose in both life, in both pain and joy. So I really wanted to read that chapter today because I know a lot of people are having a hard time feeling joy in this, and you don't see how there could be any sense of joy in any of this, you know, because everything is hard, and what happened to us, it's inhumane what happened to us, and the symptoms that we experience and everything we lose and what we go through in this. So I know it like I said, it's really hard to feel joy in this, but just know that it's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to feel sorrow. It's okay to have happy days amongst the sorrow that you're going through and all the pain you're going through. And that's why I really recommend this book if you really want to try to have some positivity in your life and get closer to God and know God's word in the midst of all the hard things you're going through. So I hope you enjoyed that. I just wanted to make a short video reading chapter 5, and I'll read some more chapters later. I hope you guys have a great week.